Welcome to Retro Video Playback and to episode 36 of Tape Talk Tuesday. The run of summer movies on Tape Talk Tuesday continues, this episode featuring, from 1995, Heavyweights on VHS. No movie was watched more during my childhood, arguably, than Heavyweights. There are definitely some contenders, but Heavyweights felt the most present, being quoted on a near daily basis in our house. Though it was originally released in February of 1995, there's no denying that this is a summer movie. The opening scene of the movie is the final moments of the school year, and then the majority of the movie takes place at a summer camp. And even though much of this movie is shrouded in negativity thanks to Ben Stiller's antagonist character, there's something so cozy about the summer camp setting, especially the scene that takes place on the dock on the lake as the sun sets. Yeah! No doubt heavily inspired by Meatballs from 1979, Heavyweights was co-written by Stephen Brill and Judd Apatow. While Apatow is sort of a household name, I don't know that Stephen Brill would be, but you just might recognize him if you saw him. To me, he was always just Glenn's dumb friend in The Wedding Singer. That is, until I learned that he did way more than just goofy bit parts. In addition to writing and directing Heavyweights, Stephen Brill wrote the Mighty Ducks movies and Adam Sandler movies like Little Nicky and Mr. Deeds, and more recently Hubie Halloween, a not so well received Netflix movie from 2020, but one that I've seen a couple times and I enjoyed. For me, there's no better way to watch a movie from childhood than the way it was watched back then, and in this case, that's on VHS. Heavyweights came in two versions on VHS, the standard cardboard sleeve and the soft plastic clamshell case. Growing up, we always had the clamshell case version. I didn't even know it came in a standard cardboard sleeve until I came across this copy at a thrift store a couple of years ago. But now, one of my brothers has our original copy somewhere, so I have a cardboard sleeve version in my collection. If you only watched this movie and knew nothing about it, I don't know that you would believe me when I say that Heavyweights is a Disney movie. I mean, it says it on the cover, but other than that, you wouldn't believe me that it's a Disney movie. It definitely has some of the elements of a Disney movie, but there's a reason people will say about this movie that it's not a movie that could be made today in 2025. So other than the difference in the type of sleeve and case, the design is otherwise the same for the two versions, so I'll just be looking at the cardboard sleeve version. The primary image is a horribly edited image with the kids' heads not matching the bodies. Even as a kid, I could see how poorly done this is. I have wondered if it's a reference to the poorly edited photo used for a weight loss campaign in the movie, where it shows a skinny Jerry on Tony's shoulders, but I don't know that that's the case. I think this cover image is just poorly made. 4 of the characters we see in the movie are holding a giant sub sandwich over their heads, inside of which is one of the mean counselors at the camp, Lars. Holding the sub are Jerry, Philip, Roy, and Josh. Not too sure why Philip is here. He's not nearly as main of a character in this movie as Jerry, Roy, and Josh, but I guess he's about as main of a character as any of the other kids at the camp, so maybe they just chose at random. Jumping to the very top of the box, it states, Walt Disney Pictures presents, from the creator of The Mighty Ducks. And then a quote from New York Newsday, hilarious, filled with non-stop laughs. Then jumping down to the bottom, we have the Heavyweights logo in a bold yellow and bluish purplish font, and then a tagline, pound for pound, the year's most triumphant comedy. So overall, honestly, not an awesome cover, but other than describing it for this video, I don't tend to think about it since I'm just so used to the poorly edited picture and the overall design. It's a very familiar movie cover that holds a lot of memories and nostalgia for me, and because of that, I do still really like it. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the backdrop is this heavenly cloud setting. I think it probably would have looked better just all white. The top contains the same Walt Disney Pictures Presents and Heavyweights logo, and then some miscellaneous information. On the spine, it starts out with Walt Disney Home Video, is followed by the same Walt Disney Pictures Presents and Heavyweights logo, and then a snapshot of Lars, the same image found on the front cover. The back of the box starts with a quote from the New York Times, "No holds barred fun," kind of a whatever quote. Then is an image of Jerry, the movie's main character, holding a big trophy. Not that it's a big deal, but the image kind of is a plot spoiler. Next is a tagline, "They came, they saw, they conquered, and consumed." There are 2 more images. One is a behind-the-scenes shot of our group of campgoers, and then a still from the movie of some go-karts at a starting line. Looking at just the images on the back of this box, you'd really have no idea what this movie is actually about. You'd probably think, okay, a kid with a trophy, some race cars or go-karts or whatever those are. What is this, a movie about a race car camp?
I did not send you to go-kart camp.
So honestly, I'm not a big fan of this back design. Let's read the write-up. From the creator of The Mighty Ducks comes Heavyweights, a comedy of enormous proportions. It's the hilarious story of a group of underdog kids who discover their beloved summer camp has been sold to a crazy fitness fanatic who's determined to make their lives miserable. The new owner plans to keep the boys huffing and puffing, but these hungry kids have a plan of their own. They unite to turn the tables, take back their woodsy hideaway, and challenge the rival camp to the most outrageous summer games of all. You'll laugh out loud with these heavyweights. They're big, loud, and proud, and ready to win their way into your heart. The back of the box is closed out with production credits and copyright information, along with some miscellaneous information like the runtime, color identification, and I'm just noticing now, the rating is different in Canada. In Canada, we've got a G rating, while the movie is rated PG in the United States. With an inked on label, the tape has a ton of small font all over. Randomly, there's a bubble that says, "Recommend this comedy hit to friends." Then there's the movie logo, runtime, rating, production logos, FBI warning, and copyright notice. Typical late 90s tape, just whatever, nothing special. And of course, the blockbuster rental sticker. I've talked about this in past videos, so I won't belabor the point here. Surprisingly and somewhat oddly, Heavyweights on physical media has become somewhat rare. Not rare, but Heavyweights on both VHS and Blu-ray has become less available and more expensive. As I noted at the top of the video, Heavyweights was released to theaters in February 1995, and on July 1st of this year there was a 30th anniversary live special with returning cast and crew. The event was moderated by Stephen Brill and saw the reunion of many people who were involved in the movie, including Aaron Schwartz, who played Jerry, Paul Feig, who played Tim, Tom McGowan as Pat, Lyle as Nurse Julie, Tom Hodges as Lars, Max Goldblatt as Philip, David Goldman as Nicholas, David Bowe as Chris, the coach from Camp MVP, Robert Zalkind as Sims, and even Dina Dill, who played the flight attendant. And I think that's Cody Berger in the background of this picture. He played Cody in the movie, but I'm not positive. This guy doesn't appear to be in any of the pictures with the cast on stage, so I could be totally wrong and that's just some guy. With that, we find ourselves at the end of our discussion of Heavyweights on VHS and the end of episode 36 of Tape Talk Tuesday. If you've never seen Heavyweights, I don't know that it's necessarily a movie you'd enjoy. It's hard for me to be objective with it because of the attachment I have to it. I want to tell you it's a great movie and it's worth the watch, but that would be my bias playing in. It depends on your sense of humor and tolerance for immature humor. It's a well-written movie though, with a fun script that's just an enjoyable summer watch. So, if you need something summery to watch, you may as well just give Heavyweights a try. Thanks for watching Retro Video Playback.